one that we've got. All right, we can't stop now.
1, 2, 3, get jacked!
Proud of our guys' effort. You know, it's a top 25 team that came in here and, you know, only had 2 or 3 dual meet losses. So for us to go out and do what we did, real happy with our guys' effort. We're trying to put South Dakota State on the map. And, you know, everybody talks about, you know, what is it, you know, what's it feel like bringing in a team like Stanford? Hey, we're right there. You know what I mean? That's the teams, you know, we want to beat. You know, we're going to be, you know, it's going to be a norm. It's going to be a norm, teams like that coming in here, because they're going to want to wrestle us. Real happy for Bubba. You know, he's been with me since our first year. And the improvement he has in his attitude and his wrestling is just unbelievable. So for him to get a win like that in front of our crowd is great. Great for Bubba. He's a tough kid. And that's what we want. We want tough kids. I mean, he's a tough kid. He doesn't have the most talent in the world, but the kid is tough. And he'll hustle and wrestle and work his tail off. And that's where our program is going to be built on. Is toughness. We want tough kids who want to be here, who want to train hard, and who want to go out in an environment like that and beat ranked wrestlers. That's what we want here, and that's Bubba. I mean, you know, you look at Silverberg, you look at Culture, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, they should be beating those guys, and you know, I'm proud of where Alex Culture is right now. You know, when he first got out there, he's made a lot of mistakes, and that's what was beating him. So he's not making the mistakes, and he's wrestling hard, and he's doing a great job. You look at Nate Roeder. You know, he went out there and willed himself a win. You know, he's not the healthiest right now. Everybody knows that, but he went out there and willed himself a win. So proud of those guys, but really, I'm proud of all 10 of them. You know, I'm proud of all 10 of them. I believe all 10 of them could win, and you know, I'm proud of just the effort. You know, that's another staple of our program: hustle, effort, and attitude. And I think every single one of them went out there with that attitude today, and those 3 things. So as long as they're doing that, we're gonna get our fair share of wins.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. E-double-L. I said so. I keep big bills up in my hood on the dirty like Bledsoe. Ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful. And I got plenty of bread, so I go to bed full. I'm in it to win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cuz, young blood, but we ain't kin. You think of jumping, man, you best think again. The dirty, I'm the type of man that might go broke for revenge. Have some not so nice friends, kick the door off the hinge. Take the door off your bins, pop up off all of your friends. Man, please, this shit ain't cynical. Man, no subliminal, I'm physical, financial, and mental to be a general. Hey, the mama claims she want a soldier. Not the type be in the tank, but in that rover. Man, please, I'm in the zone like AIDS full blown. I'm killing it like a blind man reading. I'm feeling it like, oh, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah, here comes the, oh, here comes the.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. The coach told me before the duel, if I win, we win. So there's a lot of pressure. So I went out there and just gave it my own. Ended up with a win. I know it was huge, and I know it got everyone else pumped up. And I think that was a big part in us winning. And you know, I'm just excited about it. Excited what we can do.
I would say that it's not an upset. You know, we've been training harder than any of these teams, and you know, we believe that we can beat anybody. And to say that it's an upset, we wrestled well, and you know, we're looking to come back next week and win a conference title. That's an awesome atmosphere. You know, we love having fans there. You know, it gets us riled up, it gets them riled up, and it makes the duels a lot more interesting. You hear the excitement of the crowd coming in, and it's just a good fan support that we have here at SDSU, and that's because of our athletic department and our fans and our student athletes. So, I mean, it was a special feeling knowing that we set the attendance record, and you know, it was fun having all those people out. And hopefully they can come out again next week against NDSU and break the attendance record again.